control. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video here on Planet Theme Park, and today we are going to be doing a little bit of a different video. Today we're going to be on the Wicker Man, just trying to adjust my screen there, the Wicker Man ride sim today, and we're going to be running through it, having a look at it and trying it out, and then and then we'll I'll see what you guys think and what you guys think I should do next, and we'll probably go up the difficulty in sims, because there's quite a few difficult ones actually, especially the Walt Disney World monorail. That's the really big one there, which is the really difficult one. And so first thing we do is we activate the power. Then we want to restart the ride. I played this a few times already, so I know. So you activate the power, click the key, holding R, and then we want to switch it to. Do we want to train on straight away? I don't think we will, but you have to switch it to maintenance mode to turn on all the blocks. So there's only block A, B, C, D, and E with the lift hill. But you can actually click on here to show these different blocks. So if I go back on there, you can see that there is block A, which is the station. Block B is obviously the lift. Block C is the main part of the track. The track the part where it's not powered, it's not controlled in any way. D is the brake run there, coming into the maintenance shed. Then E is that bit around there where the train waits to come back into block A. Yes, I know. We'll just quickly turn those blocks off. And then you can see here we can have different views, so we can zoom in on the station. I like to keep out here because you can see the whole of the track. You can see what's happening in the station as well. This is where you can see all the different sort of the wear and tear of the trains, sort of how when they need to go back in and get serviced, and then you've got all your options here. So here are all the keyboard commands here for you guys. So yeah, you can east, up, right with straight checks, fast lane. You're going to control the fast lane and the main queue peeps as well. So in Alton Towers, that'd be the fast track and the main queue there. So we're going to go back into normal mode. We will open the queue and we will dispatch this train just to give it a test run, while we start to see people filling up. But yeah, I hope everyone's well, hope everyone's good, and we will keep on doing this as normal. We just double check. Yes, we are all good. Alright, we'll just see that coming up here. We'll see I have to control the fast lane and the main fight with L and F to control the two different lanes there. So you see, I usually like to let the fast lane peeps in, because they pay their extra money for their fast tracks, so we're going to let them in. You see the train will start going up there, and you see if I actually switch to maintenance mode and click the lift off, the train will stop, and then if I click the lift on, the train will go again. And I have accidentally clicked off of my window there, and I don't know why. Close like that, there we go. Don't know why that happened there. It's all good though, it's all good. Just gonna get rid of some of these things up here because other people use this laptop, you see, so there we go. It's not just me that uses it, so let's get the fast lane peeps in as well. So you can see this train's coming around completely gravity. That's pulling that train along. This lovely GCI wooden coaster at Alton Towers. One of my favourites personally. It's so well themed. And I see we're actually going to normal mode actually, which we're going to stay for that. Makes that whole maintenance area nice and dark, so you don't see what's happening in there, and then you'll notice that they even have the effects of the that you see there. You can see the sort of the fiery effects in there, the misters, the gold misters that they have in there. which is really good. And you also see the way the train stops in the station is so realistic as well. They do such a good job with these simulators, and there's more to come. I'm excited to see the new Smiler one is coming soon, and you can support these guys if you raise the restraints here. Let's let the people into the pre-show, which I also have to control. But people do such a good job with these simulators, and you can actually go into their Patreon, and you can donate from, I think it's 10 to 500 pounds, I think, per month, which is £500 is crazy. But if you're really passionate, then go for it if you have that kind of money. And you see the sound effects are so real. Like that there is really real. That sound effect is the doors close and you hear this doors slam on there, and it's quite realistic, and the whole simulator is realistic. So yeah, we're just waiting for these people to come through the pre-show now, and we'll get some trains sent out finally. Waiting on these people to finish their pre-show now. Another fascinating Q&A, get him in. And yeah, let me know, guys, if you enjoy these kind of videos, and I'll keep them coming for you. And so we have some people in the fast lane. You can see, look, here comes the people out of the pre-show now, and they're just gonna fill up all the rows. You can't get single rider on this, which I think is a little bit stupid, because they will shout down the line, they will ask for singles and any singles, or anybody who wants to go in 2 different rows, just because they want to keep that capacity flowing. I'm only going to stick with 1 train for now, because as you can see, it's quiet, and you can really just fill up that pre-show room and get everybody in the rides, as I would say. Like that's where you would enter the ride. It's the start of your ride on Wicker Man. It isn't actually just a coaster, it's that pre-show and getting into that station building as well. And let's dispatch that there. First full train, and I think that is another full pre-show there. I think it is, yes. So we will load that pre-show up. So this is very similar, this one, to the Baron 1898, or Baron 1898, as you would say in Dutch, but they it was very similar. If it's dispatching trains, controlling the pre-show. Also, Baron, you have to control how the station works as well, because you've got to raise and lower the station, which is quite cool, because it's obviously it's a B&M dive coaster, so the floor comes up, because there's no floor on the train. Just keep an eye on that train. You see there as it comes flying around the track there through Big Bob. And it's so well done, all the design around, even the Ride Sims logo is themed as well into it, and it's really, really well done. And there's so many other. I'll see if I can show you the other rides. Just have a quick look, see through the different list of rides that are there. Once we finish this. So there we go, the first train is in, and I feel like after this we will have to, I think I will add another train. Once this train comes into the station, we'll add an empty train in from the mech bay, and actually you can transfer the trains manually, which is really cool. And I have a feeling this whole pre-show won't fit in to that gap. Oh no, they will. I didn't think they would, but they have done, which is good. Usually, though, they will ask people to line up behind in the air gates. That's usually just to get the ride flowing, because obviously you have to wait for the trains to come round. You can allow people to come out the pre-show. Let's just raise that up, and quickly while that is happening, we will shut block. You have to shut block D off, then you have to do that, and then you can usually just switch everything back on while that is transferring through. Now we will open the air gates. People in the fast lane want to come through. So this is where it starts to get a little bit more. So that you've got to keep on top of things here as you start to see people coming through the queue. You've got to control them, the trains on and off, and so we will. The pre-show is ready to load as well. Just checking the restraints here, and we will dispatch that train. And the sound effects are the train dispatches as well. Is very, very realistic. And we will start the pre-show, and then we'll start getting these other riders in here. You see there's quite a lot of people in the fast track queue for, so we'll let them come through. Usually if you were Alton Towers and the queue for Wicker Man was this short, then there was a surprisingly weird day, because the queue will be all the way around to sort of this area here. See where my mouse is here, I don't know if you can see that, but just sort of under where those drops are around this corner here. That's how long the Wicker Man queue is on a normal day. On a say Alton Towers fireworks or Scarefest, it's all the way back down here in this area. It's crazy. And if you've ever been to raise those restraints up there, if you've ever been to Alton Towers fireworks or Scarefest, I go to the fireworks nearly every year, and it's crazy when after the fireworks show people will just absolutely storm it down to Wicker Man, because it's obviously a new ride, but also it gets such a queue because it's so new. And I mean, it does run 3 trains. It's not necessarily a bad throughput. I think it's got actually probably one of the best throughputs in the park. I mean, Nemesis always has a small queue as well. So and you see here we can also dispatch this train now, but that train will not leave the lift hill until this train has entered the final brake run. As you can see, I think it's actually has to pass 2 different blocks. But you notice rides like Spinball Wizard, Dragon's Fury, spinning coasters like that, or coasters like that have something like Mumbo Jumbo, like the local coasters around the world. They notice how they have different mid-course brake runs. They're like block sections, so they're there to sort of. Oh, the main queue's getting really big there. I didn't notice that. They're there to obviously they keep the train spaced for one, but they also make sure that no trains collide into each other, which is really good. So the train cannot pass. If a train stalls somewhere, another train cannot pass a block section before that train leaves, which is just really good there. So, and it's clever how these rides work these days. But just gonna try and get these people loaded in here, and they usually get loaded in quite quickly. And you see these other trains coming around here, we might have a bit of stacking, which is what I didn't necessarily want. But close those gates there, and we will. And you see the people immediately start filling up as soon as those air gates close. So I haven't got the soundtrack for when it goes. We are opening the pens. Take heed, which is quite a. It's what it says when they open the pens, and then it says we are then they say we are closing the pens, and then they say, I can't remember exactly what they say after, but usually it'll start once you see the pre-show starts filling up. Then the pre-show, where people are waiting to go into the pre-show, you'll see them start to fill up, and then the queue starts to fill up, and then that's when you want to sort of add a third train to really cut down those amount of riders that are there. And I think we actually will now add a third train just to show you guys how it runs on 3 trains. So we will do that there and add a third train in. So you see there, look, people can't enter the pre-show until the pre-show is actually empty. So this is why adding a third train is good, because then you'll start to see that the main queue will start to fill up as well. So that's actually the challenge of the week, actually, is to, if I just show you somewhere, there actually is the challenge of the week, to dispatch 100 trains on Wicker Man. Which is a lot of trains, actually. That is a lot of trains. But I haven't managed to get myself onto any main leaderboards as of yet, but I'm sure I will very soon. And you'll see here, look, as soon as I emptied that train out, those people were able to move, and then I was able to load the pre-show. But yeah, we're starting to come towards the end of this video. We'll just dispatch a few more trains. Show you guys how it runs on free. You can see here, look, at running on 3 trains is, because what you can do is here is we'll start the show there, and then we can start loading in some guests. We'll get some fast trackers in. So actually, if we're able to get this train dispatched out when we can, there we go. See if we can get the gates open. Sometimes there's a little bit of stacking on the lift hill if you dispatch too early on this ride, but you see there's also stacking in the brake run as well, which is what you really don't want. You'll notice if I can dispatch this train quick enough, it'll show up a yellow light, and that means it'll stack on the lift hill. But if you just wait until it comes down this twisted drop here, it'll go green, and then that's when you want to dispatch it. So there's no stacking on the lift hill, which is apparently what you don't want. Right, okay, so that area is now full, so I have to wait until this pre-show empties. Oh, my phone going off there. As you can see there, that train's going up the lift hill, and you see that there's a multitude of people who are stuck in that pre-show area because they can't go down. So that's when you want to close the air gates, and then you'll start to see people just filter through really nicely, and then you will get you see there, look, I can't dispatch that train yet, but I can dispatch it now, but it'll stack on the lift hill, which is what I don't want to do. Load that in. Then I want to dispatch it there. And that is it basically for the Wicker Man Ride Sim here on Ride Sims 2. And make sure you guys go check it out. Go and play this because it is a lot of fun, and it kills a lot of hours as well, especially when you're in like this now, when you're in lockdown and you want to just kill a few hours on Ride Sims, get a high score, and yeah, so we'll see if we can just submit my score. It is not working on Chrome. I'm gonna have to try and fix that. But if we just come back here, I only got 15,000 anyway. It wasn't a big deal. And if we go back to here, see like that guy there, just 15 down there from 59. And if I have a look here, you see, look, we can get Apocalypse, Baron, Big Grizzly, California, Big Thunder Mountain, Helix, Matterhorn, Maverick, Hagrid's. Ripsaw's a good one as well. Tower of Terror. There we are. There's the Walt Disney World monorail. You control every single station on that monorail, and it is crazy. Matterhorn Bob says as well, it's just a multitude of just train after train after train. It is crazy. Apocalypse as well. It's a hard sim, but it's only a hard sim if you control each tower individually and you use and you adjust all the seats and do all the tilt and all the man mode and stuff. That's the only reason why it makes that hard. But we'll check that out in another video, and it's going to end the video here, guys. And yeah, we'll see everyone in the next video, and I'm sure we'll be seeing some vlogs very soon, and some more off-road videos when we can go back to the parks. See you later, guys.